Welcome back to Real Reviews. It is me, Lee, your host. This is episode 2 of Comic Number 1 Reviews. Today we have Thundercats and Star Wars, Mace Windu. As it is hard to discuss comics without spoilers, expect that most of each comic will be spoiled. Thundercats Number 1. Published by Dynamite. Written by Declan Shalvey. Art by Drew Moss. Color by Chiara Di Francia and Martina Pignatelli. Lettering by Jeff Eckelberry. Editor Nate Cosby. Recommended rating: teen. Release date: February 7th, 2024. This is a new start to the Thundercats, starting with the destruction of Thundara and their arrival on Third Earth. We learn that Jaga, their leader, died during the journey and that Lion-O's stasis pod malfunctioned, so he is an adult instead of a cub. The weight of leading the Thundercats falls onto him. A decent chunk of this comic is the Thundercats coming into their understanding of the world of Third Earth, and for Lion-O, it is training with Panthro so he can grow into a skilled and competent leader, as currently he is like a preteen in an adult body. The art is a bit odd in some places, weird anatomy or expressions. I am not sure if that is original art by Moss or if it is a side effect of the coloring of Di Francia and Pignatelli. The art does do a good job of conveying everyday, kind of naive Lion-O and the intense warrior Lion-O. We see Mumra, but the main villain in this issue is Sly, the mutant general who tracked the Thundercats down. I would honestly highly recommend this. If you are a fan of the original Thundercats animated series, you will come away with the same feelings about it. Star Wars, Mace Windu Number 1. Published by Marvel Comics. Written by Mark Bernardine. Penciling by George Jandy. Ink by Dexter Vines. Color by Andrew Dahlhaus. Lettering by VC's Joe Caramagna. Editor Mark Paniccia. Recommended rating: teen. Release date: February 7th, 2024. This series starts in a pre-Clone Wars time. Mace Windu on a mission to stop rogue droids who stole a skeleton key to an underwater correctional facility. Then the comic gets to the real mission as Mace is briefed by Yoda. The formula for a new hyperspace fuel called Coaxium Ultra has been created, and it will give anyone who has it the ability to travel 20% faster with no downsides. Yoda is worried that it may end up in the wrong hands, especially since it was already stolen and the thief broadcasted to everyone that she is willing to sell it to the highest bidder. From my experience, Star Wars comics have pretty consistently good art, and often they even look kinda similar to other Star Wars comics. It makes sense that it is happening before the prequel series, as they like making content in the non-cinematic era or the patches outside of the main cast as a way to fill in the timeline and the galaxy as a whole with interesting stories. This one seems to be a solid start to a series. We get introduced to the Mace Windu of this time, still a man of action over words who will use the Force to complete a mission. We get introduced quickly to the scoundrel who stole the formula and the world in which they will be on. If you are a Star Wars fan, I would highly recommend this one. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Comic reviews are a bit more inconsistent as I don't always get a new number 1 each week, but when I do, I will make sure to review them. Again, my hope is to get people more interested in comics, so maybe they download an app to read on or go to their local comic shop. Until next time.